Alright, so hey guys, my name's Tony Bryson. If you don't know me, you're gonna know me. Now, for the past few days, I've been thinking about this idea and sharing it with you guys. Well, not an idea, but an actual experience that did happen to me. Now, I want to share this with you guys, and the purpose of me sharing this story with you is to let you guys know that there are a lot of ways to do things, and there are a lot of consequences to a lot of the things that you do that might end you in a spot where you can completely like ruin your life for the rest of your life, and it's something that you don't want to be into. It's not a situation that's a regular situation. It's something that you want to avoid at all costs. Now, you guys know that I go to the gym every single morning or every single afternoon, but the point is I go every single day. I was at the gym about a day or two ago, and I saw this guy in the gym, right? And no judgment or anything like that, but you kind of like just look and kind of like be like, oh my gosh, what's going on over there? The guy's like running around the gym, and this is like a regular gym. So there's only like really weights and then some like machines to actually run. And I was on one of the running machines, and the guy's like running around the gym, lifting up weights, like throwing punches with the weights, throwing up kicks and a whole bunch of the stuff. He looks pretty buff. He looks pretty, but you can tell, and he's like walking around on his toes, and he's kind of like breathing super hard. And he has like this mean look on his face, and I'm like, what is going on here? And I'm like, wow, what's going on here? So when it's time for me to go to the other side, and I see him on the other side, and I see him getting ready to leave, I'm like, yo, I saw your workout. You were killing it, right? Like 1 to 2 seconds into the conversation, I can instantly tell that he was unstable in a sense, right? And when I say unstable, it's like I can just tell. You can just tell when something is off about a person. It's called human nature. I'm not profiling anyone, but you can just tell. And he starts talking to me, and he tells me, "Yeah, I just got off of prison. I did 9 years total, 5 federal and 4 state. I don't know what any of that stuff mean, but I think like the federal is in a federal jail, the state is in a state jail, and now he's on probation, and he just recently got out, and he tells me, yeah, what I really want is to just get fighting and start beating up people. And he starts telling me a whole bunch of the things about how he wants to become a ninja, how he just became a Muslim, how when he was signing up for the gym, he was like high and all these things. And as I keep digging and digging, because during that time I was reading the book about I am reading that book. It's about human nature, and I was still reading the book about also negotiation tactics that I did a review about that in my last video, I think. And I was still reading all these books, so I was kind of using the tactics to kind of read on him and kind of get more information about him without me really sharing anything. And I was listening to him and listening to him and listening to him, and the more I listened, the more I figured out that he didn't know really how to express anything that he had to really say. Like the really emotions that he felt inside, he didn't have a way to express it. So his entire way of expressing it was like putting attention to like all these conspiracy theories, like, oh my gosh, you have brown eyes, that's where Jesus came from. And then he tells me, like original ninjas were actually black, and all these little facts that maybe they are true, maybe they're wrong, who cares? Like, there's no relevance to any of it. You know what I mean? And I tell you guys a story to tell you that this guy went to jail for 9 years, and I never met the guy before he went to jail, but he tells me that, and I'm sharing this experience with you guys, like not to bash him or anything like that, but I know that there are a lot of people out there, entrepreneurs or regular people or hustlers or whatever you are, that are trying to get to a point in life and are willing to risk their freedom or willing to do things that aren't the best way to do them, all for a little bit more money, all for a little bit like a faster route to get somewhere, but it's not worth it. So he tells me, I was in Harlem and I took over an entire block. I did this, I did that, I was selling this, I was selling that. Like, just offering all this information, because when a person is like this, they just want to share and they want to talk, and a lot of the times they don't know how to express themselves at all. So you're just telling me about the past, but you're not telling me about the present, and it's just a confusing situation. He's telling me all this stuff that all he really wants is like, just get ahead, blah, 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 and he did all that stuff to get ahead, and then it ended up costing him his freedom for 9 years. And as he's talking to me, I'm just imagining, what does that do to a person? Like going to jail and being locked up in a place where you can't leave, you can't go anywhere, you just are surrounded by four walls, people that you never met in your life, people that have like gang associations, people that are criminals. I'm talking about real criminals, because a lot of the criminals, maybe like criminals like by law, they're just regular people that were trying to do something and they didn't have enough information, so they ended up committing a crime and they ended up going to jail for it, and now they're just serving the time. But when I mean criminals, I mean people that are like unstable, people that are murdering people, people that are like on a on another level. You know what I mean? And I asked myself that, and I was like, you know, am I willing? Am I willing? And that's kind of a nervous laugh if you didn't know, if you didn't catch it, because it's body language. And I was like, am I willing to like do something that's wrong, or like go to an extreme to do anything and end up paying that price for it? And I 100% said no. Like, I am not. I'm not willing to like go to jail for anything. And the entire story, guys, here is a quick story. It's an experience, and the entire thing is that whatever you're doing, there's a right way to do it, a smart way to do it, a smart and right way to do it, so you can get ahead as fast as you can. Because there's a lot of old people that just do the hard things over and over again, and it gets them nowhere. But us, that we have technology and we have everything that we actually need in the palm of our hands, we can do whatever we want to do in a perfectly legal way that's like in no way affecting anyone else. And you just do it, and you do it, and you're gonna get there fast, like super fast. But when you want to get somewhere, and a lot of the time, people that are committing those crimes, that are doing these things, they do it because they fantasize, and they're always trying to keep up with the Joneses. And if you don't know what that means, subscribe to the channel, because I debunked all these like little terms and stuff like that. But keeping up with the Joneses is basically like, if my neighbor has a Mercedes, now I want a Mercedes. If my neighbor has this, now I want the best thing out there. So a lot of people that are doing these crimes, like selling drugs, doing this and doing that, you don't really hear, well, you kind of hear it when they go to jail, for example. But before they go to jail, all you really hear is like, yo, I want to buy this car, I want to do this, I want to do that. And you never really hear until they get arrested, when they ask them, like, why were you doing that? You know, I had no options. I had nothing to do. Like, I just wanted to take care of my family. Yeah, but now your family has nothing. You never saved any money while you were doing all that wrong stuff. All your Rolexes, all your cars, they're all being detained because you got it in unlawful ways. And it's just a whole big pile of, you can finish a sentence, right? And I just want to leave you guys with this message. Whatever you're trying to accomplish, and I'm pretty sure that if you're watching my channel, then you know about like other means of like easy means where you can literally like, I really don't know, you know, like one thing I do know that is that like selling things like that, and like putting yourself out there and taking that risk, it's like literally just having a minimum wage job, but with the illusion that you're like a gangster or something like that, you know. But there are a ton of ways that if you're a real hustler, if you really want to grind out, bro, just literally go to like a Goodwill, go to like garage sales, like try to start an online business. If you don't know anything about that, subscribe to my channel, watch some of my books. I mean, not my books, watch some of my videos, read some of the books I recommend, and you're gonna get there. Because if you are where you are and you've been trying to move up and you are failing, it's not because you're stupid, it's not because you're dumb, it's not because you don't have the ability to do it, but it's just because you don't have enough information. Because when I was like just buying sneakers and wasting all my money on a whole bunch of other things, and just like living a completely unfulfilling life, and just like doing a whole bunch of braggadocious things, and I wanted to get out of there and I wanted to stop, I had no way of getting out. You know, I had no way to like say, oh my gosh, I want to stop doing all these things. Like, you know, you tell yourself that you could just stop, but it doesn't really work like that, because you tell yourself you're gonna stop, but every single person around you is doing the same thing, because you spent a whole lifetime accommodating your entire social life, accommodating your entire life around the things that you like, in a sense, right? So when you want to get out of that bubble, a lot of the times it means that you're gonna have to be riding solo for a while. And that's scary, by the way. And a lot of the times it means that you will be riding solo, you will be having to like meet new friends, and you're gonna kind of feel like you're like incompetent, like you're stupid or anything like that. But if you're really around people that are good people, even if you don't know as much as they know, like for example, I have this friend, like super smart, and he works like at IBM and all these things, right? If you ask me anything about coding, or I try to have a conversation with him about that, like I look like a complete snub. Like I don't know anything about that. But if you ask me something about like creating businesses and making more income, then I look like the person that's doing the best, right? But when we come together, we try to like help each other out. You know what I mean? But if the person that but if you're around people that are putting you down, that are telling you you're stupid, you're this, cut those people out. It's not necessary. You're not stupid. If you're not where you want to be in life, it's just because you don't have enough information. So go out there. It's your responsibility. Cut out the toxic people in your life. I made a whole video about this stuff. You either cut them out or you try to level them up. And after that, all you really have to do is get in the process, get in the habit of learning and acquiring new information, because the more you know, the better you are for life. Money isn't the key anymore. Information is the key. With information, you can get as much money as you want in the world. And I'm going to leave this video with a little bit morbid statement. Do you guys remember when, for example, and this is in the past, it's history, but it happened, so we do have to put some relevance on it. When slavery was taking place, one of the things that the slave masters and all these people withheld from the slaves were information, the ability to read, the ability to like actually find things out and discover things for themselves. Because if you're not educated, if you don't have any education whatsoever, then whatever biases and whatever traditions or whatever culture you've been like acquiring your entire life, that's based on somebody else's beliefs, that's based on somebody else's thing, you know. So the only key, the only ways you can get out and bloom and actually be who you want to be is by acquiring more information and actually teaching yourself how to do everything. And don't blame anyone else. Don't blame anything in the world. Blame yourself, because once you watch this video, you are officially responsible for your own destiny. Because you just heard me say it 10 times. Read, figure it out, go out there, cut people out, search for more information. Don't take the easy way out. When I say easy way, I mean easy, quick money like that puts your entire life, family at risk. Don't do it. Just move forward in a straight line. Move smart, rapidly, and make fast decisions. Guys, my name is Honey Bryson. If you don't know me, you're gonna know me. Subscribe to the channel, and I see you guys next time. Peace.
You've got to start at the bottom if you're ever gonna reach the top. You've gotta watch all the